Hey guys, here's a new video, and let's get started. So, I think today's a new event. I'm not quite sure. It should be though. Let's check this out. Today should be a new event if what I remember is correct. Oh no, it's not. It's just Obito Uchiha. Um, okay, so today's the last day for this particular event. Honestly, ever since they did the Sage of Six Path event, it's just been really fucking with my sense of time with this video game. Well, mobile game, I guess. So yeah, I was just thinking, just do a showcase for both of the cards, I guess. Show all their cards, show all their items, abilities, and such. Um, Keep in mind some of the items, some of the abilities that are on this video you can't get anymore, as far as I know. Kind of sucks, but that's the way it goes. But let me just go ahead and find the lightning cutter. Okay, so I need 2 Mangekyo. Okay, 2 lightning and 2 Mangekyo. Obito, 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 and okay, we're good. We just need 2 lightning thingamabobs, and we can go ahead and equip the active skill. After this, I guess I'll do daily Q&A. It's not particularly hard to do so. But, hopefully I'll get this. There you go. That's one. Just need 1 more lightning. And we can go ahead and start the showcase, I guess. So first of all, once again, one of the skills at the very least, in this video you can't get anymore as far as I know. This is mostly for old school players, I guess. As weird as that sounds. Because it was essentially a couple events ago exclusive. I got lucky enough where I actually consumed for the skill itself and I got it, so I was lucky enough in that instance. But ever since they released it back then, I don't think they've released it again, so very few people have this, and the people that do are older players essentially. But yeah, I mean, it's a good skill. It's just that Lightning Cutter is slightly better. Not a whole lot better, but just slightly. Both of them have the pros and cons, but we're gonna get right into that. So as you can see, this is the Obito Kakashi event showcase. So we're showing off Kakashi and Obito. So as you can see, my Kakashi is diamond. This is actually the normal skin that it comes with, right over here, Suzu Kakashi. I personally like to use the Ambo skin simply because it looks nice. One caveat: I don't have the Hatake Olympic Memorial skin. You had to have recharge for that. I didn't, so don't have that. So yeah, this is Kakashi. This is a skill that I have on him. It's called Thunder Spreading. Causes serious ninjutsu damage to transverse row targets, in other words, the front row. Cuts the dodge of all your enemies for 3 rounds and increases your own ninjutsu attack and taijutsu attack for 3 rounds. Keep in mind, it's not a huge increase. It's not small, but it's not the largest increase ever. The damage from this particular skill isn't too impressive. It does get to the millions, but keep in mind that you do need quite a bit of ninjutsu attack for it to get there. Then you have his active skill. This active is actually shared by Obito. This is the Kamui Lightning Cutter active skill, and what it does, it deals massive ninjutsu damage to all of your enemies, dizzies them, and paralyzes them, meaning that they can't release their passive skills. It needs to hit to take effect. Now keep in mind that the passive ceiling thing, that's kind of random. It doesn't always happen. Whereas the dizziness, if they can't be dizzied or stunned, they will be dizzied. So keep that in mind. Depending on how much chakra recovery, you can actually pull this off every other turn. So keeping a good stun lock. Then you have his passives, which is Itachi, Susanoo, Kakashi. Basically, what it does is whenever you're about to get attacked by a unique skill, Kakashi has a chance to release this, which is fairly common. And what it does, basically makes him immune to ninjutsu and taijutsu attack. for about 2, possibly 3 rounds, and also has a chance to provide a shield for a teammate. So, say that he's in a team with Obito, then once he releases this particular skill, he will be basically immune to taijutsu and ninjutsu attack, but still vulnerable to genjutsu attack. Keep that in mind. And he will go ahead and what you might call it. He Holy shoot, I blanked. Oh yeah, he'll provide a shield, meaning it can be anywhere from, I believe the highest I've seen it being 2 million shield points for say Obito or anybody else in the team, or even himself. The shielding doesn't always happen, but when he does release his unique skill, he will always be basically invulnerable to taijutsu and ninjutsu attack. Now, the only caveat to this is that he is vulnerable to true damage. True damage ignores all defenses, and basically what this passive skill does is increases taijutsu and ninjutsu attack defense by an extreme amount. So if he does get hit by true damage or genjutsu damage, he will still take the full amount of damage that he normally would. Pros is that it's a very good defensive skill, provides him a lot of defense. Cons is basically that even though it does provide him a lot of defenses, it stops him from using his unique skills and his active skills, which if you have him in the formation, which you have to use him to stun lock, if he uses that, if he can't release his skills at the time that you want him to, it can really screw you over. Either way, it's still a very good skill to have. You can actually get this skill in the shop. Just go to item shop, just go to scrolls, scroll to the left, and go all the way over to should be right about here. Here we go. Itachi Susanoo Kakashi. And right here. There you go. That's where it's at. You can buy it for 2k gold. It's one of the more powerful passive skills that you can actually buy in the shop. So yeah, there you go. Also at level 105, it gives him a bonus of 79k HP, 45k ninjutsu defense, 53k ninjutsu attack. So the bonuses just CP wise are nice. Then you have his event exclusive passive skill called Earth Release, Earth Style Wall. Basically, right before you get hit, if anybody in the back row, he has a chance to release a shield, essentially. Now a debuff can still take effect. So say that Naruto uses his nine-tailed beast ball. If he still applies, if he hits Kakashi and Kakashi's in the back row, he won't take any damage from the actual skill itself, but the debuffs that the tailed beast ball provides towards Naruto's enemies, such as Kuruma, the 8 tails, 7 tails, and all those, they will still apply. So he can still take damage from DOTs, debuffs, and all of that, even dizziness, twine, and all of that, but he doesn't take damage for the actual skills. Now keep in mind, this one and Itachi Susanoo Kakashi, both of them can still be ignored if the person has ignore backhand skill, such as Zetsu with his skill right over here, with this skill called spiritual manipulation, such as the Sage of Six Paths now that has been released, such as who else would there be? Naruto Hinata combination card, Naruto Jiraiya combination card skin, all of that stuff, it can still ignore it. Now, with normal cards, you have a very good chance of triggering this, but otherwise, if you don't trigger it, it doesn't take effect. Now, the bonuses that it provides, just CP-wise, are still very nice. At level 105, it gives you 79k dodge, 71k HP, and 81k ninjutsu attack. So either way, the bonuses are very nice. Keep in mind that for both of this passive skills, you actually have to have level 105 Kakashi, which means at the very least you have to have a gold Kakashi. Now going on to his equipment, basically, he has 5 items as of right now. Eventually, I do believe he's gonna get more, but as of right now, he only has 5 items. Excuse me. So as you can see, we have the White Fang tier 4. You can actually get it to tier 5. Most of his items can go to tier 5 as far as I know. All of his items, and yeah. Problem is that you actually have to pay money for the tier 5 items. Whereas tier 4 items, not so much. So as you can see here, we have the Mysterious Mask tier 4, level 120. It gives you 101k ninjutsu defense to any card that you equip it to. Now if you equip it to Kakashi, it gets an extra 12k ninjutsu attack, 62k ninjutsu defense. And also he releases a skill called Thunder Spreading Second Style. Now what that does is essentially an AoE attack, but instead of stunning all of your enemies, it only deals damage. It does quite a bit of damage, and either way, it basically doubles Kakashi's ninjutsu attack damage per unique skill. So it's a very good item to have on him. Then you have the Jonin Armor Tier 4, level 120. It gives you 62k stamina, 50k ninjutsu defense, 54k ninjutsu attack. Now, if you equip it to my guy, Kakashi, or Shikamaru, all three of them will get an extra 38k HP, 28k ninjutsu attack, and 19k ninjutsu defense. Now keep in mind that this is mostly just a item that is not very important. It gives you some nice bonuses, but at the end of the day, it's just really a CP boosting item. It doesn't give you any skills, but it's an item that can really help your card nonetheless. Then you have the Mangekyo Sharingan Tier 4. At level 122, it gives you 68k ninjutsu attack and 89k genjutsu attack. Now, both Kakashi and Obito can actually use this, so I'm not going to be covering this again because this covers part of Obito. But if you equip it to either one of them, they get a 23k hit, 71k HP bonus, and then they can also release the skill called Kamui randomly. Now, this is essentially a stun on an enemy for 3 rounds, even though it's not classified as a stun. Basically, it just says that the enemy can't move. But it's a stun, but it's not, if that makes any sense. Then you have the Ichi Paradise Tier 4. One of the better necklace items, actually. It gives you 100, at level 120, it gives you 80k ninjutsu attack. And if you equip it to Kakashi, he gets an extra 42k ninjutsu attack, 43k HP, and he also releases a skill called 1000 Years of Death by his release unique skill. What it does, it increases his taijutsu attack with his own ninjutsu. So basically, instead of dealing, let's say, 213k taijutsu damage, he would deal about 1 million worth of damage because of the ninjutsu attack stacked on. Or at least that's how I understand it. Then you have the White Fang Tier 4 at level 120. It gives you 148k taijutsu attack. Now if you equip it to Kakashi, he gets an extra 106k ninjutsu attack, 33k hits, and he also releases a skill called Konoha White Fang, which increases his own massive taijutsu attack with ninjutsu attributes. So the more ninjutsu attack that he has, the more his taijutsu attack will do damage. And that's really all there is to Kakashi. He's a very good skill user and all that. He's a very good card to have. He's actually gotten a power boost. He used to be quite a bit weaker. Same thing for Obito. He actually has a deployment card Rin. The more ninjutsu, not ninjutsu, but the more stats that you have on Rin, the higher CP that Obito, no, not Obito, Obito and Kakashi will get. So then you have Obito Uchiha. Yeah, so let's start with him. So you have the small-tailed beast ball. That's his unique skill that he gets at his final form, which is this one right here, Six Path Obito. It causes serious ninjutsu damage to all enemies, so it deals quite a bit of damage, and has a chance to stun for 2 rounds, disable them, and remove buffs. So basically what that means is, say that Naruto has 5 shadow clones on him. If Obito releases his unique skill, Obito has a chance to remove those shadow clones off of Naruto. So it's a very understated, in my opinion, ability of Obito's, but it is an ability that can be very useful nonetheless. It's not very common, but either way, it happens, and when it does, it's a very nice thing to have happen. Now, this is the active skill that I was talking about, which was released a long time ago and hasn't been released again since. Now, it's called the Mangekyo Kamui, and it deals massive ninjutsu damage to all enemies, makes all enemies attack ineffective for 2 rounds. This effect probably takes effect after the hit. Now, this is one of the better skills for PvP. Reason for that being is once it takes effect, whatever the enemy card tries to do to you doesn't work. So, say you have a Naruto who has the strongest father and son, on him. Uh, if Obito manages to get the debuff Mangekyo Kamui on him, the Kamui debuff on him, uh, Naruto, he can release his unique skill, he can release his passive skill, he can do everything he wants, but none of it's going to take effect, which is very good for you because essentially that means that in PvP, if you have cards like say Tobidama who are annoying as all hell, if you manage to tag him with this ability, Tobidama essentially becomes useless. His passives, his actives, his unique skills, everything becomes useless. Um, the only downside to this particular skill is A, it doesn't always take effect, and B, it has a chance of triggering, say, Kakashi's Suzu Kakashi passive skill, which is not always good, especially if you're relying on Kakashi and Obito to keep a stun lock. So don't use this as a stun lock ability, even though it can be used like that. Just don't, simply because it has too many variables to it. But either way, it's a very good skill to have. Does a decent amount of damage, and can essentially just win the game, a battle for you if you have a good Obito using it. Then you have the Ten Tails Jinjuriki. This is the passive for Obito. This is actually a level 90 passive, so you can actually equip this to Obito when he's silver. Now what this does, it releases the Ten Tails after he releases a unique skill. And with a probability, this isn't always for sure for certain, but it has a high chance of happening. He releases the Ten Tails, and the enemies can't use their unique, active, or passive skills for 5 turns. Um, this is very good for PvP because 5 turns in PvP is essentially a lifetime. And if Obito releases this, he basically becomes immortal for 3 rounds. He can't take any damage from anything. Even true damage doesn't affect him. And yeah, it just makes him a tank once he releases it. Now he does get a 92k HP bonus, 68k ninjutsu attack bonus, and 81k ninjutsu defense bonus at level 105 for this particular skill. Keep in mind though that it doesn't do a lot of damage. Its biggest ability is making Obito essentially invulnerable for 2 rounds in the beginning of the battle, and also having the ability to seal your enemies for 5 rounds in the beginning of the battle. So this is mostly a PvP feature, um, but very good nonetheless. And then we have the sixth path, Ten Tails Coffin Seal. Now, this particular skill is very good in my opinion, and for a reason that seems to be rather understated. Reason for that being is because what it does is that anytime that Obito gets attacked with a ninjutsu attack, with the skill essentially, he can release this skill, and what it does, it reduces the damage the front row will take. So instead of taking, let's say, 1 million worth of damage, they take 800k worth of damage. Not a whole lot, reduced, but in the battle that can save your life. Meaning instead of you getting KO'd, you can still have maybe 100k or 200k worth of HP. Now, the thing that's very understated about this particular skill is that it grants immunity to the Ten Tail Seal. So if an Obito releases an attack, the Ten Tails Jinjuriki attack on my Obito won't be affected even if he's hit, even if the passive skill tries to take effect. My Obito is immune to that, which is very, very, very good. Because like I said, it makes him immune to the Ten Tails Seal. Now, the bonuses that it gives Obito are not to be understated either. It gives him 67k HP, 63k ninjutsu attack, and 20k dodge. Now, keep in mind that this is actually not the only thing that it gives. It also gives chakra recovery. It also gives hit. So yeah, it gives quite a bit of item not item quite a bit quite a few bonuses, and also keep this in mind. To get it, you actually need to have a level 105 Obito. Now here's the thing about this skill: you can actually get it in the shop, admittedly for quite a bit, but you can get it in the shop. It's right over here: 6 path, 10 tails, coffin, seal, Obito. You need yin yang release times 4 and 10 tails times 3. Which reminds me, I really need to lower the volume for this, the media, just in case. And that's really all there is to Obito's skills. Now let's go into equipments. He has the 3 Tomo mask, tier 4. Um, Now it's at level 120. It gives you 87k stamina, 75k ninjutsu defense, and if you equip it to Obito Uchiha, he gets an extra 59k ninjutsu defense, 44k HP, and the skill called Inazagi. So when he goes all the way up to 0 HP during a battle, he can come back to life, but only one time. And this is actually very useful because say that your enemy goes first, and kills your entire team. The entire team is dead. He wiped out your entire team. But because of this particular skill, Obito comes back to life and has basically 1 HP. Now, since Obito releases his unique skill called Tento's Jinjuriki and all of that, for 2 rounds after he releases his unique skill, he becomes invulnerable to any damage. And if you have the Mangekyo Kamui active skill on him, essentially what that means is here. Let me see if this can work out. Let's see, especially on the lower team. Okay, it should work, I hope. It didn't. No, it didn't. But the idea is that the enemy attacks me, does as much damage as they possibly can, essentially kills the entire enemy team. Obito comes back to life because of his item, and then he releases his unique skill, essentially making him invulnerable to all damage for 2 rounds. And because I have the active skill Komui on him, he can negate all of the enemy's attacks. So let's see how this is gonna go. I still think I'm gonna win, but it looks like it's gonna be a longer battle than I thought it would be. Yeah, because as messed up as this sounds, as impressive as the damage is, it's really not enough to take down my 2 guys. I wonder who dealt the bleeds on Obito. Huh, that was done. Yeah, see? No damage taken. And there you go. But anyways, that was supposed to be the idea behind that, but I couldn't put it into effect. Anyways, then you have the Akatsuki's Cloak Tier 4. What it does, it releases a skill called Akatsuki. Every time, just before he gets attacked, it has a chance to release the Akatsuki skill, which reduces damage for the card, the damage that your card takes. So say instead of taking 1 million, you take 900k worth of damage. Now, um, at level 120, it gives you 129k stamina, and if you equip it to Obito, or anybody in the Akatsuki really, they get an extra 85k HP and 10k ninjutsu defense. And yeah, there you go. That's the Akatsuki's cloak. Then you have the Mangekyo Sharingan, but I already covered that. Next up, you have the Sword of Noboko, tier 4 at level 122. It gives you 51k hit, 72k ninjutsu attack, 67k ninjutsu defense, and if you equip it to Obito, he gets an extra 25k ninjutsu attack, 56k HP, 30k hit, and he has the ability to deal true damage in a line. Um, but keep in mind that it doesn't always happen. It's a probability thing. So sometimes he can release it 5 times in a row. Sometimes he won't release it for the entire battle, just based on luck. It does a decent amount of damage, nothing too special, but decent nonetheless. Then you have Sasori's Ring. When you first get this ring, if you're in Android, it's gonna show up as Girl's Ring, but it is Sasori's Ring. At level 120, it gives you 70k ninjutsu attacks, 92k stamina, and if you equip it to Obito or Sasori, they get an extra 30k ninjutsu attack, 39k ninjutsu defense, 42k HP, and they can release a skill called Akatsuki, which increases their own dodge and hit for 2 rounds. So it's a very useful ring. Um, Decent, but not the best, basically. So yeah, it's really about it for Obito. Um, Although personally, I do prefer this skin for Obito. You can get this skin if you have him diamond. It used to be if you had him way back when the game first started. If you had a purple card Obito, six path Obito, you would get the skin for free, but not anymore. So yeah, sorry. Diamond only at this point. So yeah, I should give you a quick idea of their abilities, I guess. So there you go. That's Kakashi dealing damage. Keep in mind this is the heroic dungeon, and yeah. So there you go. This is the weaken icon. Basically, what that means is that they don't deal a lot of damage towards you as much as they possibly could have, and that's the Mangekyo icon, which means that any damage that they do doesn't really take effect. And yeah, it just goes on and on. That little attack that you just saw, that was the true damage from the sword on Noboko. And there you go. The battle just ended. And that was my idiot brother. And step Nagato, and there we go. Shut up. I swear to God, I'm gonna hit him. I swear to God. Patience, patience. And there you go. Let's see if he can actually. They can win against this guy. They should be able to. Between the two of them, they should have enough stun to keep him occupied the entire battle. And there you go. They won. Wonder if they can take on these guys. Although I kind of doubt it, to be perfectly honest. Oh, there you go. They were able to take him. Yeah, see, there was a few scary moments where I thought they couldn't, but they pulled through. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Uh, I should do daily Q&A now that I think about it. But that really just is a showcase of Obito and Kakashi. Very good skills, but meh. I don't know. For some reason they don't seem as impressive as they used to, which is weird because they're very impressive cards. It's fine, dude. Your personal life should come before us, anyways. Thanks. Uh, Hi guys, should I do a multi summon with gold or save up? By the way, I'm new to the game. Just save up, Fabian. Right now it's not the best time to do a gold 10 draw. Let me see what you get very quickly. I don't think you get anything special right now. Let's see, and gonna go all the way down, and 3 Tomo, yada yada. Sorry's ring, yada 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 yada. Genius and idiot, no. Well, you get no. That's continuous recharge. Okay, you get a Space Time Kamui. So, I mean, that could be worth it if you're new. Yeah, do a gold 10 draw. Today's the last day, so if you even just do a gold 10 draw and check your email, you get a Space Time Kamui. He's a fairly good card to have in the beginning. Haku is the easiest to train, but you will get rid of eventually. That is true. I don't use Haku anymore, so I just kind of forgot about her, that's why. I want to know what cards are good for the long run besides Naruto, Sasuke, and Obito. Kakashi is a very good card. Who else would be a good card? Believe it or not, Sasori and the Kazekage are very good cards to have in the long run. Not because they're particularly powerful, but because of their collection. Their collection, what it does is it provides you a bonus amount of CP, no matter what team you have. So even if they're not in your team, if you get both of them to diamond, and you can open the collection, you get a nice CP bonus. But otherwise, I would say, let's see, Hashirama, Tobirama, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Sakura. Those cards are good. And you can only get Hashirama's building materials during his event. You need to save up 80 gold per try to get his materials. You can only get one material per try. And you don't always get the materials. Oh, don't worry. I'll explain everything when his event comes up, whenever it does come up in the future. And Japreet said it nicely, though. So there you go. I don't know, Bunyarit. Maybe they're gonna update the game very soon. That's at least that's what they've been hinting at. I feel bad for the guy who recharged 80k gold and didn't get at least bronze or base stage 6 paths. All he got was a fucking ton of gold and recharge rewards. Rip. Yeah, that really sucks, man. Um, I think in my last two videos I put the link to the in the description. Um, I'll check it out in a second. I'm not very good, lol. Although I could try, and I'm not exactly sure how to do recording on the PS4. I mean, it's very easy to do it on the phone. I just use this app over here. The one next to Spotify to the left. I'd click it, but that would end the video. Um, I just use that. Otherwise, yeah. So you play old school? I play both of them, although I'll be honest, recently I've been playing RS3 a lot more. I'm just a lot higher level up in there. Like I'm nearly maxed out in everything. The only thing I'm not maxed out in is skilling skills and maybe summoning and prayer. Otherwise, I'm just about maxed out in all of the combat stats. Um yeah. How many WF do I need to get Hinata to diamond? WF. Yeah, I'm sorry, Always King. I don't understand that one. WF. I swear to God, I'm gonna murder him. No, no, I can't. He's my brother. Okay. Anyways, hello. Hi, Daniel. Can you help with Dungeon 19-11? I have Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke. Let's check it out. Let's see what you got. Just do what you did for Itachi. If you can't defeat him that way, you really only need more damage at that point. What did you do on Double XP weekend? Basically, I just did invention. So basically during the Double XP weekend, it was twice as fast to train up the items up to level 10. So that's what I did. I just did a lot of PvP. No, not PvP, PvM against bosses like Zamorak, and that was really it. Got my items to level 10, then started all over. I think I went through 20 Gano tops, and 20 of each, like 20 Gano sets essentially. But, eh. So that's about it for this video. Sorry if I sound stuffy. I just am. Hopefully I'll get better next time. But, yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.